Greetings everyone, we will continue our discussion on information retrieval systems. In the previous sessions, we have started about the signature files and we have covered various types of signature files with the help of compression and vertical partitioning. In this session, we will be looking about the horizontal partitioning and the various types of horizontal partitioning, that is data independent partitioning and then data dependent partitioning. So the data dependent partitioning will be implemented by one technique called as the S-trees. We'll be looking about all these topics in this session. So first, the motivation behind all these horizontal partitioning methods is that to avoid the sequential scanning of your signature files or your bit slices in the order to achieve better than order of n search time. So if you see or remember properly, most of your searching techniques are the signature file techniques, whatever you have implemented. You have implemented various types, that is the basic signature file you have implemented. That is your sequential signature file SSF, which will contain the rows. That is, you'll be having your file which will be divided into your logical blocks. Those blocks will be created with a set of unique words. Those words will be converted into word signatures. The word signatures will be converted into block signatures. And with the block signatures, by imposing row by row, we will be getting our document signatures. So that will be your sequential signature file. Then we have looked at the compressor techniques. So in the compression techniques, we have taken a larger f value, that is, you will be taking larger number of bits to represent your particular sequential signature file signatures. So, and we'll be compressing that particular file, that is, we'll be performing the same thing on the particular rows, whatever you are having. So, we'll be performing the compression technique so that your searching will be faster, but it will be taking more your space overhead. Then we have looked about your vertical partitioning in the previous session. So in the vertical partitioning, you have seen various techniques regarding how to convert your same sequential signature file into your what you will be calling it as the transpose matrix. That is, you will be storing each and everything in a column-wise order, and we will be looking at each and everything in a bit slices. So we have seen that technique as well. All those techniques will be trying to scan your particular search file in a row-by fashion. But what you are trying to do in a horizontal method is, you are trying to avoid the sequential scanning of your signature file in order to achieve better search track. That is, you will not be searching each and every signature one by one. That is, you will not be searching your signatures, whatever you are having in a signature file sequentially. Instead of searching sequentially, we will be going about a different technique. Okay. So in all these techniques, whatever you have seen, your sequential signature file, then the compression techniques, then the vertical partitioning, in all those techniques, you are going to search your signatures in the signature file in a sequential fashion. We are going to avoid that particular sequential search fashion in your horizontal partitioning. So what you are going to do is, we group the signatures into sets, okay, partitioning the signature matrix horizontal. So horizontally means, when you look at your particular signature, so in a vertical partitioning, you are going to break down this particular thing into parts, separate parts. But in your horizontal partitioning, you are going to break down the complete signature file, whatever you are going to have. That is, you are going to break down this complete signature file into sets. So each set will be treated as a separate grouping of your signatures. So this grouping of signatures will be treated one, this grouping of signatures will be treated other. So you should differentiate between vertical partitioning and horizontal partitioning. In vertical partitioning, you will be taking the signature and you are going to look at the signature in a separate sense. That is, you are going to look at the signature part by part. That is, you are going to break down the signature into bit slices. That is, you are going to consider each and every bit separately and you are going to break down that in a vertical sense. Whereas if you go for a horizontal partitioning, you are going to take the complete signature file and you are going to break down the signature file into sets. Each set will be separately treated here, and this grouping of your signatures will be calling it as a set, and that set will be formed by partitioning the signature matrix, whatever you are having, horizontal. That is, whatever the signature file you are having, you are going to break it down horizontally and you are going to treat them as separate sets here. Okay. So how we are going to perform all these things? So the grouping criteria, that is how you are going to break down your whatever the signature matrix you are having, you are going to break down the signature matrix into sets like this. Set 1, set 2, set 3 like this. You are going to break down, or we are going to group together a similar sets. Okay, we are going to group together a similar set of signatures, or we are going to break down the complete signature matrix into separate sets called as a groups. So the grouping, how we are going to group? The grouping criteria can be decided before itself in the form of hashing function, where S is a document signature. Okay, in the form of a hashing function, you can decide into which set your particular signature is going to move. That is, for example, if you are having a signature S, that particular S should go into one set. If you are having another set, it has to go into another set. That is, each and every signature will be mapped into one set based upon your hashing function. We are going to use another hashing function to map all your signature files into different sets. This will not be dependent on your particular whatever the data that is present in the signatures. So this will be a data dependent case. We are going to look about this data dependent partitioning and data independent partitioning. Whatever you are trying to do here, this will be a data independent partitioning case. Next, alternatively, the groups can be determined on the fly, that is while you are creating the signature using a hierarchical structure like your B tree, which is a data dependent case. Based upon the data you are having in your particular signature, based upon the data we are trying to create the groupings. So there are two different types of groupings you can perform. So the first type of grouping is the data independent grouping, with which you will be performing by using a hash function, where the hash function will take the input of a signature. That signature will be mapped to one of your sets in the particular groupings. Then another one is a hierarchical structure which you will be creating by using the data present in the particular signature. So with this we will be having two types of structures. One is data independent partitioning, another one is a data dependent partitioning. Excuse me. So the data independent partitioning or Gustav's method. So this will be having whatever I told you, whatever the signature you are having, you will not be considering the data that is present in the signature. So we will try to form a grouping type, that is you are going to take your signatures and form groupings in such manners. So what you are going to do, suppose if you are having records and within each record you are having 6 attributes. Like if we are considering your particular signature in this manner, that is we are going to consider you are having the records and in each record you are having 6 different attributes. So it's just like your table. If this is a complete record, you will be considering it as 6 different attributes. So as for example, whatever the record can be treated as a document here. So whatever you are having, you will be having your document, and attributes can be treated as keywords. For each and every document we will be having keywords, okay, describing the particular document. So whenever you are having any file to create your signature file, that is you will be having the document, for that document you have to create the signature. So in the previous sense, what you are treating is you are going to break down the document into logical parts and we try to create your signature for those blocks separately. But here what you are trying to do is you are going to take your document and for each and every document you are treating some set of keywords for that particular document. Okay, we are going to extract a set of keywords for that particular document. This is the first step in your data independence case, where you are going to take your document and inside the document we will be having set of keywords. So each and every document whatever you are having will be described with a set of keywords. So your document will be treated as a record and your keywords will be treated as your attributes. Okay, your attributes describe your particular record. So each and every document we are having will be treating it as a record and attributes type. So record will be the document and the attributes will be the whatever the things which are describing, that is the keywords which are describing the particular document. So consider a hash function h. So we are having keywords. Remember, each of we are having the document, and each and every document will be having keywords. Okay, each and every document will be having keywords, and we are considering a hashing function h. Okay, which takes the input of your particular keyword. So hash is a keyword to a number in the range 0 to 50. Okay, when I give a particular word as to the input to the particular hashing function, we are going to get the output as 0 to 16. One of the number it will return. So you will be having, for example, if a particular keyword gives a value as 5. So each and every keyword which it has to go through the hashing function will return a particular value between 0 to 50. For example, a particular keyword gives a value 5. The signature of the keyword is a string of 16 bits. Okay. So for example, this particular word is keyword. So for keyword, okay, the signature will be a string of 16 bits, all of which are 0 except for the bit position which it has read. Now for the keyword, I have got the particular hash value as 5. So all the particular signature for this particular word will be only one bit will be set, that is the 5th position bit will be set, and the remaining 15 bits will be set to 0. This will become the signature of the particular word. So whatever that returns, the particular bit will be, that particular bit position will be set to 1, and the remaining positions will be set to 0. That will be the case of your particular signature. So for each and every word or for each and every keyword you are having, you have to generate your particular signature for that particular keyword. After generating your keyword for the signature, you have to generate your record signature. So if you remember document, with the document you will be having keywords. The document will be the record here, and this will be the attributes here. So from this keyword signature, you have generated your keyword signature. From this keyword signature, we have to generate the document signature. So the document signature will be created by superimposing the corresponding keyword signatures. For example, if there is a document and that particular document has 5 keywords, we have to create the signatures for all those 5 keywords, and all those 5 keywords will be whatever the signature you are having. All those signatures will be added together to form your document signature. For suppose, if you are having 5 keywords, and if you remember, each and every keyword will be mapped to one of the 16 bits. So 5 different bits will be set in your different positions. 5 different bits will be set in your different positions. If k is less than 6 bits are set in a record signature. For example, you are having 5, so you will be having 5 bits set in your document signature or the record signature. If you are having 5 keywords, it will be mapped to 5 different positions. So if you superimpose them, we will be getting a record signature where 5 bits will be set. Why? Because 5 positions are set, so 5 bits will be set. If for example, if there are less than 6 bits set, okay, so in a record signature, additional 6 minus k bits are set by some random method. For example, if you are having only 3 keywords in the particular signature, 3 keywords in the particular document, then the keywords will map to only 3 bit positions, so which are less than 6. So less than 6 means 3 other positions will be set randomly by using some hash function. Some random method we are going to set remaining bits. So what you are saying is, out of the 16 bits in your document signature, at least 6 bits have to be set to 1. Okay. Out of the 16 bits in your document signature, at least 6 bits have to be set. That is the rule we are taking for this particular method. So I think you remember, you are taking your document. For that document, you will be having a set of keywords. for the keywords, we are going to perform the hashing function, and the hashing function will map to only one particular value between 0 to 15. So the 5 or 6 keywords will be mapped to different positions in your particular keywords, and these particular keyword signatures will be superimposed to form your document signature. If in this document signature, if less than 6 bits are set, what we are going to do is we are going to take another 6 bits to complete your record signature. So if your document signature is having less than 6 bits, it need to make at least 6 bits set into your signature. Why are taking this particular condition of 6 bits is, so if you are having 6 bits set, thus there are a combination of 16 by 6, that is 8008 possible distinct record signatures. So if you have at least 6 bits set in your 16 bits, okay, there is a possibility that you can create say 16C6 record signatures. Okay, those many record signatures can be created by using your this particular document signatures. Using a hash table with 8008 slots, we can map each record signature to one slot. So what you are going to do now? So what you have done, you have taken the document. Okay, for the document, we have the keywords. From these keywords, we have created the keyword signature. Using the keyword signature, we have created the document signature. Okay, you will be having more than one documents in your IRS system. All these document signatures, that is, there is a possibility that you can create 8008 different document signatures for your system. All those 8008 document signatures can be mapped to 8008 slots in your hash table. Okay, this is how you are going to perform. That is, if your document signature is having a similar signature, then it will be using one of the chaining techniques in your hash tables. So, but at the max, you will be having 8008 different document signatures. That is how you can create. If you see here, you need not perform the sequential search. Okay, your particular thing might be mapped to one of these particular combinations. You will be having only 6 different combinations. So your particular document signature or your particular whatever you are trying to search, that keyword may be mapped to one of a small set of number. Okay, searching will be much faster compared to your sequential signature file or your vertical partitioning or vertical partitioning or compression methods. So when you try to use this method, what you are trying to do is, instead of searching each and every document, you are trying to break down that particular into groupings. So okay, so your 16C6 combinations will be here, but you are trying to search is only 6 different types of combinations, whatever you are trying to do here. So your record signature will be mapped to 6 different bits. So those 6 different bits will try to search. Okay, so whenever the keyword you are trying to search, those keywords will be mapped to only a small set of records. So those records will be present in a localized place. Okay, so I think you can comprehend from this what you are trying to do. Instead of searching for all the signatures, what I am trying to do is I am trying to break down the part into 2 different parts. One is your hash function, which maps your record signature into 16 different bits. So you are trying to search only 16 places. Among those 16 places, the values can be found in your 8008 combinations, and those places also can be localized much easily by using your previous step. So you can understand, you are having a document. For that document, you will be having set of keywords. First, you create the signature for the keyword. Using this signature, we will create the document signature. The document signature also will be 16 bits. The document signature also will be 16 bits. Among the 16 bits, 6 bits will be set. Okay, among the 16 bits, 6 bits will be set. So when I try to search for a keyword, okay, which 6 bits I have to search? Those 6 bits will be searched, and you can find those values in a localized place in your particular hash table which contains all the combination of 8008 slots. Okay, so this is about your horizontal partitioning, where you are going to break down the complete signature values into groups. Okay, one will be 1 6 group, another will be another 6 combination group, another will be another 6 combination group with 6 bits are set. So based on that combination, we are breaking down your complete signature file into different parts here. So this is horizontal partitioning, that is which is independent of whatever the data that is present in your files. So this method suffers from some practical problems. First one is the performance deteriorates as your file grows. For example, if you are having a large file with large number of documents, or if you are having a file with large number of keywords, then finding a particular keyword signature will be somewhat tough. Second thing, if the number of keywords for the document is large, then we must have a huge hash table. Okay, if you are having a 6 keywords, you have to set 6 different words. If your particular document is having 10 keywords, then you have to send 10 different bits in your particular 16 bits. Then for that particular 16 bits, that is, then I have to create 10 bits. I have to set 10 bits. For that 10 bits, I have to create 10 different combination of complete hash table. Okay, so as the size of your particular file grows, as the number of keywords grow in your particular files or documents, your particular data independent partitioning will be having lots of issues or practical problems. So to avoid these practical problems, we are going for the next method, that is the data dependent partitioning. So the data dependent partitioning is implemented by using the first method, that is the 2-level signature files. So the 2-level signature files is we are going to use 2 levels of signatures. The first level of signature consists of document signatures that are stored sequentially in a SSF file, that is we will be having the document signatures. If you are having 100 documents, we will be having 100 document signature, DS1, DS2, like this, we will be having all the document signatures. The second level consists of block signatures. Each such signature corresponds to one block. That is, the first signature you are having document signatures, so on until your DSN, how many files you might be having or how many documents you might be having in your system, all those documents will be having the document signature. So we are going to store that particular document signatures in a sequential file. Okay. Next, for each and every document, corresponding block signatures might be present. So all those block signatures will be present here. Block signature 1, block signature 2, corresponding to your document signature. So document signature and the block signature, document signature and the block signature. Searching these parts, that is, if you are having 2 different signatures, 2 different level of signatures, so searching these signatures will be much easier compared to searching this complete block signatures one by one. If you remember, your sequential file, that is first part, that is sequential signature file, is the implementation in this manner, where you are having the block signatures one by one until the end for each and every block present in your documents. Instead of that, these block signatures will be present here, but another level of signatures, that is the document signatures, will be present here. The document signatures will be pointing to the corresponding block signatures. When I try to search for a keyword, so that particular keyword will be present in one of the documents. We are going to map that particular document, and we are going to search for that particular block signature. It will be much faster compared to your sequential signature files and other methods. So the second level is stored in a bit slicer form. Each level has its own hashing function that maps word to bit positions. So we will be having one hashing function for this one, and we will be having one hashing function for this one, and this part will be implemented by using your bit slices, that is your vertical partitioning, and the complete part is your horizontal partitioning. If you see properly, we are breaking down this complete document signature file into parts. or you are going to break down the complete block signatures into your document signatures. So this is how you implement your data dependent partitioning or two-level signatures, where you will be having one level as your document signatures and another level as your block signatures. The next thing is, searching is performed by scanning the block signatures first, as I told you. First you are going to search for the block signatures, then concentrating on those positions of the first level signature file that seem promising. So we'll search for the document signatures. Among these document signatures, only few files will be matching. So we are going to search for those particular blocks which are promising to get the results. That is how you do the searching in your two-level signature files. And another implementation of your data dependent partitioning is your S-trees. So another proposed method is a B-tree-like structure to facilitate fast access to the records in a signature file. So you will be having signature file and you are going to implement the signature file in a proposal like a B-tree. So the leaf of a B-tree like thing. So you are going to implement the B-tree. Since you are storing the signatures, we will be calling it as a S-tree. So consists of k similar document signatures along with their document identifier. So you will be having the B-trees. I think your B-trees. So each and every leaf node, whatever you are having, so the leaf node will contain both your document signatures as well as the document identifiers. So the document signatures along with the document identifiers will be present in your particular leaf node. So remember, all these particular things are similar document signatures. Not all signatures will be present as your B-trees. Only similar document signatures will be present. From there, you will be finding the related terms. So remember, you are not trying to search each and everything. You have to break down that into localized form. That is, you will not be searching all the particular signature space. You will be searching only a part of the signature space. Okay. So the ordering of these k different document signatures form the key for an entry in the upper level node, which serves as the directory for the leaves. Okay, what it's trying to say is you will be having similar signatures. It might be similar signature sets 1, this might be similar signature 2. So we are going to perform R to calculate the root node, and similar type of root nodes will be calculated to form the further root nodes. Okay, so what you are trying to do? The ordering of k document signatures form the key of an entry in an upper node, upper level of the particular node, which serves as the directory for the particular leaves. So each leaves, whatever you are having the signature sets, those signature sets will be ordered together form your upper nodes, and those will be ordered to form your upper nodes. That is how you create the complete B-tree here. Recursively, we construct directories on the lower level directories until we reach the root node. So we are going to perform recursively this form to, that is, ordering of those signatures to complete your complete B-tree, or your, since you are storing the signatures, we will be calling it as the S-tree. The method requires small space overhead. Okay, this particular thing, whatever you are doing, will be required less space overhead. Why? Because you are creating a tree structure which doesn't require too many data values to store. But if you see the remaining things where you are trying to store the multiple signatures, that is multiple level signature files, where you will be having one level of signatures, another level of signatures, there the space overhead will be very high compared to this one, that will be very high space overhead. But if you see this one, it will be carrying less space. So this is about your complete horizontal partitioning. If you see, we have seen about the horizontal partitioning part, where you are trying, the main aim of your horizontal partitioning is to break down your particular large search space into localized forms. In order to that, we have created two methods. One is the data independent method, another one is the data dependent method. As a part of data independent method, we have taken the record and attribute type method, and in the form of data dependent, we have taken multi-level or your two-level signatures. We have taken a two-level signature file where we will be having one level as your document signature another level as your block signature, and also you have taken another method called your S trees, where you will be creating a B tree of signatures, where you will be having similar trees as your leaf nodes at the lower level end. Your searching will be very faster and you will be taking less space overhead when you go for your S trees. This is about the complete part about your partitioning, that is vertical partitioning and horizontal partitioning, and also your signature file. In the next session, we will be looking at the next part of your IRS systems. Thank you.